This is V81 Radio Worldwide. Almighty God, grant us the courage of Jesus Christ, your Son, to face the coronavirus pandemic with trust, strength, compassion, and resiliency. Give us the grace of the Holy Spirit to free us from fear and anxiety so we may do actions of help and support and look forward to our healing with hope. We pray for the health workers, food liners, maintenance cleaners, logistics abler, government leaders, and volunteers who continuously come together to deliver our daily needs to survive. Guide us from this time of crisis. Preserve us in peace. Protect the weak and vulnerable and those who serve the society during this pandemic. This we ask and pray in Jesus' name, our Savior. Amen. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kantang tatak Pinoy. Kahit nasan ka man, kami ay mapapakinggan. Streaming worldwide, the future of radio in Manila, California, and Hong Kong. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. Narito na ang programang magbibigay sa inyo ng mga unique branding propositions at maglalahad ng mga special customer experiences, brick and mortar man, personal or digital. Lahat para sa good retail shopping life that you deserve. Samahan na natin ang retail at transformation mentor na si Rolly Pagaspas at ang inyong global business leader, Rosario Kahukam Bradbury. Ito ang Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
So magandang tanghali Pilipinas. Magandang tanghali Pilipinas and welcome to Talk Shop Asia, the Philippine Retail Industries Program, now global and communities on business exchanges. So welcome to our season number 17 and the season's handle is now the International Business Exchanges amidst the pandemic. And today, we shall feature the beautiful country of Switzerland. And this is our 11th episode this season, and we are featuring Switzerland and together with its pharmaceutical and arts business. This is our 32nd edition. This ECQ representing 22 verticals. And first of all, I'd like to greet our audience, of course, the overseas Filipino migrants and workers. Mula sa Amerika muna, shout out to my partner Raleigh Vargas and Walter Lunas now watching from California, USA. And syempre, I'd like now to greet the different OFWs from the amazing, beautiful, and it's more fun in the Southeast Asian region of Malaysia, Taiwan, Philippines, and Vietnam, Indonesia, and Singapore. Magandang hapon po sa lahat ng OFWs na nanonood mula sa maganda nating lugar ng Southeast Asia. At syempre, hindi natin pwedeng kalimutan kasama ng ating mga kasamahang Asiano will be the powerhouse territory of the Northern Asia, comprised of Japan, Korea, China, and kasama na ang Hong Kong. Okay, magandang hapon din po sa inyong lahat. At syempre, hindi natin pwedeng kalimutan the areas where the most Filipinos are on the ethnic territory of the West Asia or what we call the Middle East. Okay. So shout out sa mga nandyan sa Saudi Arabia, both in Riyadh and Jeddah, and of course in the beautiful country also of UAE, from the cities of Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And then, hindi natin pwedeng kalimutan na OFWs, the number one, ito yung pinapangarap nilang puntahan, the land down under Australia and New Zealand, and the different islands in the region of Oceania and the Pacific. Magandang gabi na, okay, sa inyong mga lahat na nandyan. At syempre, hindi rin natin pwedeng kalimutan the region where we are now featuring one of its countries, Switzerland, of course from the how do I describe historical Europe? So, namely, Italy, Spain, and United Kingdom. And today we are now featuring the beautiful country, Switzerland. Okay? Bago ang lahat, syempre gusto ko munang matawagin ang aking mga kasama, my co-anchor in the program during Wednesdays, which ought to have a US edition beginning 2 weeks from now. The way I describe her, she's my forever friend. Of course, the forever charming, forever smart, and dynamic. Please all welcome the global business leader, Rosario Kahukam Bradbury.
Hello, Rolly. Good afternoon to you there in Manila, and good evening from America.
Magandang gabi.
Here in Southern California, I'd like to greet all of our viewers and listeners there. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at magandang gabi rito sa Amerika.
Okay.
Nice to see you again, Rolly.
Thank you very much. Siyempre, I'm wearing the color of one of the corporate colors of our guest, Berkeley Pharma. Ako nagpupula ako kasi di ba in Switzerland pula and white?
Yeah, it's red and white. Actually, parang and you know, I worked for a Swiss company for 30 years, so I feel sometimes I really have grown in me the values and and culture and the love for Swiss people, the products, and the country.
All right. Ako, ma-short ang memory ko ng Switzerland kasi I can only think of Switzerland as number one, chocolates.
Oh, yeah.
Ito yung lead nila, di ba? And then syempre yung relo, although I don't have a watch now, Swiss watch.
Rolex.
Di ba?
Swiss watch and Rolex.
And
Yes.
Rolex, yes. At syempre, ang isa pa talagang kilala sila is pharmaceutical because they're one of the leaders in pharmaceutical research and development. And
Yeah,
that's why they came out with several medicines that are so popular and effective in the field of curing diseases.
That's very true. Switzerland is known for innovation and technology. That is their competitive advantage. Huh? And I love the people. I love the Alps, the
Ah,
Jadot
yeah.
jet, the Alps and the Jadot. Our office where I used to work, SGS, is right in front of the jet. And I would always remember chocolates, definitely my favorite.
Actually.
The dark chocolates, cheese fondue.
Oh, yes. This one.
You dip in the either you dip in the champagne or the chocolate fondue.
Yeah.
And I love the people there because their values I think is very close to the Philippine values. And it's in Switzerland and the company that I work with that I've learned about being on time,
On time, ah.
accuracy, quality, integrity.
Ah, yes. Very good. Those are good values. Pero meron pa yan, di ba? In terms of physical landscape, they are mountainous. Kaya nga, I think popular dun yung skiing pag maraming snow, di ba? I think the Olympics have been done there, the Winter Olympics.
That's true. That's a lot of jet skiing that happens there.
Yeah.
So, the skiing, the snow skiing and things like that. Definitely.
But on the other side of the note is that, syempre, on the finance side, they're also known for their banking industry.
Oh, yes. Yes. The bank secrecy, that's all where all
Yeah.
rich people keep their wealth, huh?
Yun nga, I'm so conservative in the use of my words. Ikaw naman sinabi mo.
But you see, they have a bank secrecy and and the transparency, which Swiss is very known for that transparency, So that's really good.
Pero we also discover another aspect of their culture, which is the arts. Kasi one of our guests will now describe and tell us his story on how he got into the arts after his retirement from one of the agencies of Switzerland.
That's true. We have
That's
two
very
exciting
interesting.
today.
Yeah, we shall focus syempre on the business exchanges, business and social exchanges that we can have with these two gentlemen that we shall now bring together in a segment after this. But I'd like to tell our audience that in this episode, we shall also feature the different heroes as our brand features now. They belong to number one, the consumer durable of motorcycle and bicycle, which is, I think, the urgent need for today in the absence of enough transportation. And second, of course, the continuing supply of the basic essentials of food. We shall have them as our features today, namely Cycle House, True Blends, and Chops to Go, and Masuki. Okay, Suki na mga Chinese food.
That's
Okay, at syempre lahat ng yan ay we will put together in different segments plus our guest at retail box portion. At tayo, Rosario, mo lang nagkasama tayo, 14 na natin pinapahulaan to. Mamaya, hula ka uli. Hindi pa yata tumatama. Okay, I think all of these features we shall now bring on to you. But first of all, we'd like to pause for a break for some words from our partners.
Magbabalik ang Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit PinoyAds.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item that you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa PinoyAds.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Para enjoy ang pakikinig sa V81 Radio kahit saan. We are now on your Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio at i-enjoy ang inyong mga paboritong Pinoy music 24/7. Sabihin lang, Alexa, play V81 Radio.
To greet our audience na nanonood sa atin, but I promise to our audience na it cut already the equipment. I had more running equipment using Wi-Fi, so to make it stable, I just made it too. Para lagi nyo kayo mapapanood maganda ni Rosario. Alright, greetings first sa ating manonood kay Michael Altar and kay Eleanor Valmonte from Bulacan and from Lenny Ortiz Vidosas from Pasig is watching. Mary Ann Larocca Simbahan from Hong Kong is watching. Ronald Torrecampo from Quezon City is watching. Marcelino Bautista from Tagaytay is watching. Thank you for watching us today. And siyempre kadugtong nga, I would like to meet first our partners. Shout out to the Philippine Retailers Association, Pag-asa, Francorp, PFA, PCCI, FIFA, PAP, and DISA. Special mention, of course, to the Association of Filipino Franchisers, Inc. Three of their formidable leaders are here with us today. Siyempre, magkiting ko muna may compadre, brother Richie Cuna, of course, President George Winike, ED Rafi Canare, and also to Chairman Eric Kai. At syempre, special mention kay Lipreneur, Jerry Ilaw, buti ka naman na. And syempre kay Lim, Ruby Palma, and to our news partner, Ishar. Okay, Rosario? And I would like to, yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted also to greet my old friend. Kung ikaw ay kalaro ko ng Maliit Rolly, my old, not boyfriend, but crush when I was a kid. His name is Joel Surtida. He's watching or listening right now. Hi, Joel.
All right. And of course, I saw our teacher, Madam Cecil, Miss Cecilia Jose is watching now. Okay, greetings. I know masaya ka na, nakita mo kami ni Rosario together while doing our work now. Okay. At syempre, marami pa susunod dyan mga classmate natin. And of course, we're ready now to present our main feature, the business exchange with the country Switzerland together with pharmaceutical and social arts business. So, amidst this pandemic, I'd like now to call on you, Rosario, to introduce our guest resource person.
Yes, okay. I'll call on both of our Swiss guests, but I just briefly say first their names and their background, but not fully yet because I'll have a one-on-one with them. Okay. Well, first of all, we've got Rainer Glor, who is the CEO and the president of Burgler Pharma, but he's the former CEO and president of Swilig Pharma in the Philippines, former Sharing Plow, and currently board of trustee and chairman, membership committee of the Medicine Alliance, and member of the board of trustee of PHAP, which is the Philippine Health Association of the Philippines. Currently, he's the vice chair of PHAP Ethics Committee and the Philippine Swiss Business Council. Let's call on him. Let's call on Rainer Glor. Hi, Rainer. Can we bring Rainer on here? Rainer Glor is the CEO of Burgler Pharma, a valuable source for affordable and quality healthcare products for the Philippines. Okay, our other guest, which we will call immediately today as well, is a very good friend. You see, both of them are my good friends because we work together in the Philippine Swiss Business Council in the bilateral trade relations. I'd like to call on next one is the former charge d'affaires of the Swiss Embassy, and he's been the charge d'affaires for over 16 countries before he retired in the Philippines, okay, and focused into art. His name is Jörg Casirini, the chief artist and founder of Dare to Art. He recycles waste materials into art and brought life back to materials. Okay, let's have Jörg Casirini. Hello, Jörg.
Good afternoon. Nice to see you.
Hi, Rainer. Nice to see you.
Hi, Rosario. Can you hear me?
Oh, very well. Your voice is really good. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, you see, Rolly and I are here, and we want to first, before we speak about your business, we'd like to talk about Switzerland. Okay, as you know, Switzerland is very close to our hearts. I've been with a Swiss company for 30 years. Jörg Casirini with a Swiss embassy with 16 countries, and Rainer Glor over 18, over 30, over 40 years working for pharma companies and passionate about pharmaceutical healthcare. Tell me, any one of you can just come in first. Tell us, what is Switzerland, how big it is, the people, the economy, the business, and later we'll talk about how is it doing under the pandemic. Maybe Rainer first. Tell us about Switzerland, your home country.
Well, I'm not sure if it's still my home country. It's probably my home country now, the Philippines, more or less. But I grew up in Switzerland and emigrated to the United States already in 1965. Switzerland has, when I left Switzerland, had about 4 million people. Today we have 8.7 million people. And of course, Switzerland is a landlocked country and has basically no resources. Has no oil, has no other resources like coal and so forth, are only very minimal. So it's necessitated that the Swiss become very innovative. And that's where you have a lot of innovation, both in the technical field, pharmaceutical field, and then they had to go out into the world to market their product, to establish themselves. And that has made Switzerland a strong country. And at the same time, they developed the banking system, which has its value because of its secrecy, but has also come under a lot of criticism in the last few years with some of the scandals around the world. So I think that's what's made Switzerland strong, and also made it possible for Switzerland to live through the pandemic reasonably well, comparatively speaking. Has fared very well.
All right. All right. That's
so,
great. Yeah, sorry, Rainer, you were saying something?
I think it's now to Jörg. He can maybe elaborate a little bit more on the maybe political and so scene of Switzerland. He's maybe more familiar on that than I am.
That's true. Jörg, having been a charge d'affaires for Swiss Embassy in 16 countries. Jörg, tell us more about Switzerland as you represent the country in the diplomatic role. Tell us more about it, please.
Well, yes, indeed, I worked in 16 countries and mostly with my family. We're traveling around from South America, North America, Middle East, and Australia. And I ended in 2009 for my last posting here in the Philippines. Let me see back what just Rainer said. You have to look, Switzerland, it's a very small country in the middle of Europe. We are landlocked. We have 4 nationalities. All are represented in Bern, the capital, and it's not Zurich. Zurich is the capital for economic and finance, but Bern is the capital of Switzerland. We are a very old country. We are founded in 1291 and still alive and still working on our democracy. And that helps us also to go into the businesses likewise. Now, you can see, or you have seen that Switzerland has very big companies around the world, or they are based still in Switzerland, like Holcim, Lafarge, like the Pharmas, like Nestle, and so on. But it's not only those who really join for the richness of Switzerland. They are the small and medium enterprise, what you find everywhere in all the villages, and some of them, or many of them, they are really producing high-tech quality products who are exported, because Switzerland, we live from 2 things, from import and export. As just Rainer mentioned it, we are a poor country because we don't have natural resources. But to the fact that we don't have natural resources, we have to be very innovative, and then we produce these things to export. But our relation with the Philippines, that is a highlight for us in Switzerland, but also for the Philippines, because we have a representation, an official representation here in the Philippines since 1862. That means
that's a long time.
We are the oldest representation in the Philippines, and we never left, even during the World War II. But we had the Japanese here, we had a representation here. We've celebrated this in 2012, 150 years of diplomatic and consular representation. Now, I work around...
Your 150 years of the representation of the Swiss diplomat in the Philippines, is that correct?
Well, it was not always diplomatic, because they called not embassy, but it was
Consulate?
But it is, it has changed to the years. But in fact, they are embassies and consuls. Now, we opened here in 1862 our first representation, and it was never closed. So we still have our embassy, and we still have our relations with the Philippines. What is also very important, and I think bilaterally, we have very early stage companies, they move to the Philippines. So we have companies, they are more than 100 years here. For example, Zurich was different because a family member, he moves, and the writer knows this very well, from Switzerland to the Philippines and create the Zurich Imperium out of the Philippines. So they didn't came as company here, but out on the Philippines.
When
And we have,
did Zwillig started in the Philippines? Because Zwillig is the company that Rainer Glor has worked for, which as a CEO and president. So when did Zwillig come? I know Daniel Zwillig. He calls himself more Filipino than a Swiss,
No, that's correct. He can give the date. I don't know exactly the date, but of course, if you live here for generation or you are based here, like also Rainer said, he's almost more a foreign Swiss living in the United States and other countries and here in the Philippines. Myself, I'm still very much Swiss, but I live not in Switzerland for the last 45 years or more, because I moved out when I joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and then moved around. And here I started with the Swiss Embassy in 2009 until I retired at the end of 2013.
Okay, I want to ask something here. Rainer, I can't see you much on the TV, but there you go. I see you're good-looking Rainer there. Rainer, I wanted to ask any one of you to answer this, because as I understand, although Switzerland is not rich in resources, but it is considered one of the 8 highest per capita gross domestic market, or wealth per adult. It's a very rich country. How did it happen, And you don't have resources. Is it because of the innovation and the technology that has been brought in on this one?
Innovation, technology, and of course, very hard work.
Incredible hard work.
Incredible hard work.
Very important. And the discipline, I believe.
And of course, discipline goes with it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so we often discuss about Switzerland.
You have to follow the rules, and as Rosario said, she learned to be on time, and that's what makes Switzerland tick.
Yeah, that's a Filipino trait that it's quite hard to follow.
I have learned to be on time because of the Swiss.
But at Zwillig was also followed. When Dr. Zwillig was still alive, he stood on top of the stairs at 8 o'clock, and anybody who had to walk past him only once.
Oh, wow. Okay, we've spoken about Switzerland. How about the trade relations between Switzerland and Philippines? We've been with the Philippine-Swiss Business Council, bilateral trade relations, and my last participation with the Swiss Embassy in the Philippines was about the Philippine-EFTA trade relations, which is the Philippine and European Free Trade Agreement. Tell us, how can this be utilized in being able to assist in the economic recovery of both countries?
Well, it's...
Oh, yeah. So Rainer first, please go ahead.
Yeah. It's, of course, in sourcing products from Switzerland, then you have basically no tariffs.
No duty rate.
No duty rate. I think that's the major benefit you gain. And so you make a selection as a Filipino company. Should I buy in Switzerland or should I buy in another European country, and should compare what the import costs are. And I think that's a benefit you can get out of this agreement.
That's excellent. So it's importing into the country. For example, if you import from Switzerland or its neighboring countries, provided the country of origin is respected to, it will qualify for a 0 duty rate or lower duty rate. So the cost of doing business becomes cheaper or inexpensive and more profit for the investment of a company.
Yeah,
is that correct?
And ultimately the consumer benefits from it because the products can be sold at a lower price.
Excellent. That's true. Jörg, anything else about the bilateral trade relations? You have been part of these discussions during your time. I remember it took a long time before it got approved.
Yeah, no, but this was it was in fact a highlight, because when we started first to negotiate with the country, when it was he implemented, it went through less than in almost 1 year. We had the agreement, Now it is easy because we have a very friendly relationship between the members. The members are Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein and Switzerland, only the 4 countries. But when we negotiate one apart, we send our delegations here, and they are very free and open to negotiate. And that helps a lot, because when you know how difficult it is to reach bilateral agreement, whatever it is, it takes so much time, years sometimes. But really, we went through very often. It is for the tariffs, I mean, in general, for no taxes, etc. But also it's facilitate the whole trade between the 2 countries in regard for certificates, paper, registration, etc. And that is also helpful. Now, to the fact that Switzerland is not a member of the EU, of the European circle, Norway, it's partly of it, and that's open of us, respectively, to the EFTA members, also the other countries who are in the EU.
Okay, so really, the bilateral trade relations for PHFTA should be taken advantage for part of the economic recovery, especially with this pandemic. But I think we'll talk more about Switzerland and each of your businesses. As I just give the floor first to Rolly, do you have any questions to our 2 gentlemen here for them?
I think this is just a second episode because there are a lot of things we ought to know about Switzerland, and I think the bilateral trade can be on a continuous basis, especially this time of the pandemic. And of course, with the different business interests of our 2 gentlemen, we ought to hear from them first, one by one. So I think they decided to introduce our first, whoever will be the first one among them, between them.
Thank you. Jörg, I will see you later. I'll focus first with Rainer Glor, CEO and President of Burghley Pharma. See you later, Jörg.
See you.
Rainer, hello.
Hello, Rosario, again.
Yes, again, but now I want to talk about you and your business. No. You see, I understand that you have been 18 years with Schering Plough in Netherlands. You became a GM in the Philippines and Regional Finance Director for Asia Pacific and Canada. 17 years as President and CEO of Zwillig Pharma in the Philippines. 18 years as trustee of the Zwillig Family Foundation. 27 years as member of the Board of Trustees of Philippine Health Association of the Philippines. And 5 years of that as Executive Director and mentor of the APEC Ethics Forum for Taiwan, Vietnam, and recently in Chile. And right now, you are a member and Board of Trustees of the Committee of Medicine Transparency and member of the Rotary Club Makati, Board of Directors of Philippine Swiss, and having your own business called Burghley Pharma. Where do you get all your energies and passion? What drives you, Rainer? My God, you're such an idol.
I think it's the old Swiss upbringing. You have to work hard, you have to participate, you have to get engaged and involved in the community, and you have to further the growth of the people you are working with and where you are staying, in the country you are staying.
My gosh, and you have chosen Philippines to retire and do business, although I know you're also you also move homes between US, Switzerland, and in the Philippines, right?
Well, I sold my home in Switzerland, so I have no more home in Switzerland. I still have a unit in Honolulu, so once in a while we go to Honolulu and go to Los Angeles where our daughter is, and but the mainstay is in Makati, Philippines.
That's excellent. Well, Burghley Pharma is your company now, after you have retired from Zwillig of so many years working for them. What does Burghley Pharma stands for? What's in the name?
Burghley Pharma stands for, basically, Burghley is a small castle in Switzerland. It's a diminutive of a big castle, but it's a small castle, basically only a castle tower. And it represents strength, fortification, and the building a business on strengths and partner with other people should also encourage them to become a fortress as a business, loyal and with integrity and to benefit all.
So it embodies really the core values of Swiss, the country and the business.
Yes.
I hear the word integrity, and I hear the word that fortify the ground, may take care of its people. Because if I
Yes.
look at your website, it says here that you do take care of the patients and the customers, and that it
Yes.
stands for innovation in the best interest of the patient and customers. What do you mean by keeping the best interest of the patient?
Well, that you have products which answer to the need of the patient, and that the products can be accessible and affordable, and can cover a broad spectrum of audience, so that those who have the less fortunate that have access to quality medicine, and those who are better off then can maybe buy some more expensive, food supplements and so forth. So you cover the need of a wide spectrum of population.
I see also that Berkeley Pharma is a one-stop shop. One-stop shop for what? Tell us, what's this business model of being a one-stop shop?
One-stop shop is if for instance, a small Swiss pharma company wants to enter the Philippine market, but they do not know how to enter the market. They come to us and say, give us advice how we do it. And then they start with us. We do the registration for them. And since registration takes 2 to 4 years in some cases with the FDA, during that time, they will decide, should they enter the market as a company themselves? Should they give their products to a local partner, or should maybe Berkeley handle it for them? So that's what it means. They come here, and from there they can develop into the market.
That's an excellent business model, because you become an incubation period for those investors to test first how to do business in the Philippines.
Correct.
And be saved from all the worries of the bureaucracies of establishing business, but at the same time, check out whether there will be a demand for their services and product. Is that correct?
Yes, that's at the same time. That will be established that the perceived demand is there. Yeah.
Yes, very good. Then you're really a shoe-in for being in the board of the Philippine Swiss Business Council, helping the small, medium enterprises to
Yes.
establish business in the Philippines and vice versa to Switzerland. Tell me, can you show us a little bit or some of your products, the products that you carry in Berkeley Pharma, and tell us what you do, what is its use?
I have some ethical dermatological products which are basically cover dermatitis, antifungal, antibiotic, and anti-inflammatories. These are prescription drugs, and I cannot really promote them online because it has to be through prescription, and that would be considered unethical if they do that. And as
I understand. Especially you're the chair of the ethics committee. But are there other products that you can showcase to us?
Yeah,
which
I can
not
show
needing
you
prescription?
also product. For instance, this product.
Estrovit 400, calcium citrate. Oh, with vitamin D3. I need that. I am in my 50s.
Yeah. Estrovit. That's available, and that's basically right now it's only available in limited outlets, but it's just about being introduced in the market. There are some units buying it. Then,
Any other product you have there?
Then we have this product, Neogenol.
What's that for?
It's an anti. How you call it? Oh gosh.
Is it made of grain? Is that
it's a neutral. It's basically, this one is basically for women in the menopause age to
that's good.
regulate to regulate the flow of blood and so forth. It's an antioxidant.
My gosh, Rainer, we've known each other for so long, work in the Philippine Swiss Council, but I've never known those products. Hey, that's my favorite product. That's muscle pain, right?
Yeah, that's Perskindol. Yes, that's for muscle pain. We carry that. Although the agent was taken away from me and was given to Zurich, but I'm still representing it in the sports shop, and so I still handle that sector, the sports stop sector.
Wow, wow! I
then-
need first Kindle. I remember you giving that as a Christmas gift before with the Swiss Council.
Yes,
Solante. What does is that Solante?
that is
Volante?
basically Solante. That's
Okay, what does
basically a sun high-grade sun care product, protection product. It's has the highest ultraviolet protection any sun product in the market, basically. So this can basically be bought through dermatologists and dermaclinics.
Excellent. Thank you, Rainer, for all those products. I never knew about all those things. My God, at my age now, those are something that we should be conscious about. Listen, I have a question for you. With COVID-19 lockdown, has it affected your business and how did you manage?
Well, the business was, of course, relatively difficult to do because of restrictions going to the office and so forth. But our sector got the permits that we could go to the office. So we only one or two person went to the office once in a while to issue bills and prepare stocks and so forth for delivery. So the basic prescription products have not really suffered. What has suffered are the products like Solante, because we couldn't visit dermaclinics. They're all closed, or still basically closed, and dermatologists we couldn't visit either. So these products suffered. But we have been able so far. We don't know what the after effect is once this is all passed through. So far, we have been able to pay our employees, maintain them. Yes.
Does it force your industry to go digitized more? Because if you're issuing a receipt and cash collection.
That's something which I think has to happen, particularly small business like I am. We still have to be handwritten invoices, handwritten ORs, and so forth. And the BR is very reluctant to issue online permits and so forth. It's very complicated, and so that's something which has to happen, because we can do a lot of our business online. We don't need to really go out. Once you have established a certain offtake pattern, they just have to order. They can order electronically, we bill electronically, and just physically have to ship.
Okay, this is a sensitive question. Just very quickly, I could see Rolly's already there queuing me that I got to wrap up my interview with you. But I want to know, the what do you call this? The vaccine for COVID is being laboratory tested right now, and I know you're with PHAP and Meta that regulates pricing to become more affordable. Do you see the vaccine going to be affordable, especially with a very high demand worldwide, and the Philippines has even an edge to get this vaccine?
Well, I'm also participating with DOH. I'm part of the advisory council representing Meta, and this is being discussed now. And I think this is something which universal healthcare should take care of. Once this vaccine is out, I think it has not only to be affordable. So with universal healthcare, PhilHealth, it should be at a price which can be afforded or completely free, preferably. And price is not the only thing; it's also access. can it go into each barangay out in the countryside? Is the infrastructure there to deliver it? This is as important. And then also the regulatory way. The FDA has to approve it. Are they going to approve it quickly, or are they going to take 2 years to approve it?
Wow, I'm so glad that the consumer has a voice in you in formulating this policy, as you are an advisor with PhilHealth and the Department of Health, right?
Yeah, indirectly, yeah. The part of the council, yes.
Rolly, do you have questions for Rainer here before he gives his some advice to the listeners?
Well, two things. Now, one, while I'm listening to him, I got one lesson to learn from Switzerland, just for the whole Filipinos. Number one, with a country with no natural resources, becoming a stronghold in the global economic power landscape, and because they have focused on being hardworking and focus on the development. With the Philippines, with all the natural resources all around us, being to say we Filipinos all the more that we have to do more hard work and more focus in the development. So Switzerland can be a very role model to us, and while doing a bilateral trade review. Second, some of our audience already texted me if they can be a distributor of your pharma. They find your medicines or the products that you've shown to be very familiar to them, and your brand maybe is definitely a good quality. And then I would like you to connect to them after our interview and after our episode.
They can contact us, and we would be happy to entertain them. Yes, definitely.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Rainer, because your name spells quality and trustworthiness already, being with the Swillig Pharma for the longest time.
Yes, I'm still connected with Swillig Pharma, with the family foundation, yes.
You're an incredible man, Rainer. My gosh, you don't run out of energy. Any quick message to our listener?
Well, what I want to suggest is that as we go out of this pandemic, that people really follow the rules, that they keep the distance, and that they wear the masks so that it goes quicker. And we may have to do this for considerable time, and with this, all the offices should try to go digital. That only 50% of the people have to go in, and I think this should become the model, even if the pandemic is completely eliminated. That's my wish.
Thank you very much, Rainer. It's been such a pleasure to have you with us, and I learn so much about you every time I talk to you. Incredible.
Thank you. Thank you for including me in your program. Thank you.
I'll see you again later.
We're calling you again on the last segment to put your final takeaway to our channel.
All right. I stay on. Thank you.
And now we have to launch our Guess That Retail Box promo.
Narito na ang ating weekly promotion, Guess That Retail Box. Mangyari lamang na hulaan ang laman ng box, isang retail product or service, at manalo ng load at gift pack mula sa Top Shop Asia. Si Mentor Rolly ay magbibigay ng 3 clues, at kung sino ang unang makahula ay siyang mananalo. Mangyari po lamang na i-share ang kasalukuyang episode ng Top Shop Asia to qualify. Manood, makinig at i-share.
Alright.
Narito na ang ating weekly promotion, Guess That Retail Box. Mangyari lamang na hulaan ang laman ng box, isang retail product or service, at manalo ng load at gift pack mula sa Top Shop Asia. Si Mentor Rolly ay magbibigay ng 3 clues, at kung sino ang unang makahula ay siyang mananalo. Mangyari po lamang na i-share ang kasalukuyang episode ng Top Shop Asia to qualify. Manood, makinig at i-share lamang ang live video ng Top Shop Asia.
Alright, what is our clue number 1? Ito ay ginagamit tuwing tag-ulan. Alright? Okay, Rosaya, ano ba ginagamit mo tuwing tag-ulan?
Aba, marami yan. Maring kapote, payong, or boots kapag bumabaha sa Pilipinas. O kaya swimsuit kung gusto mong lumangoy sa baha.
Okay, kasi ngayon dito mainit, hindi pa tag-ulan. I'm now drinking True Blends, and then this brand is what came from one of our guests today. At syempre, tapos na rin akong mag-lunch, no? And courtesy of Masuki. Tayo maging suki ng Masuki. Hindi ka tayo mapadala because you're in the US, mapadala pa namin sa Philippine Airlines.
Huwag ka mag-alala. Ipunin mo yan, Rolly, pag bumalik ako sa Pilipinas. Sisingilin kita.
Okay, please stay tuned for the continuation of our main feature after this second break from our program sponsors.
Magbabalik ang Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. May items ka na gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit PinoyAds.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item that you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa PinoyAds.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. bayan. Naho-homesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Balikan na natin ang Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
We're back, and this time we shall continue our main feature of Switzerland, and this time we shall get into the social arts business in exchange with the Philippines. But before anything else, I'd like to thank Jobs to Go, because they gave me my free lunch today. I'll have a bite. Chicken. Sarap. Thank you very much, Jobs to Go. And siyempre, for this time, Rosario, I'm eating. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Habang ikaw ay umunguya, ako ay magtatrabaho. All right. Now our next guest is very dear to me as well. You have seen him earlier. His name is Jörg Casirini. He was born and educated in Switzerland. He is now living in the Philippines with his wife, Hilde. He is a graduate of Commerce and Trade. He left his home country, Switzerland, at an early age for further education in Paris, where he studied and worked at the OCDE Swiss delegation, later returned to Bern, Switzerland, where he joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. His most recent posting was as a deputy head of mission at the Swiss Embassy in Manila, or the charge of the affairs, as opposed in the Swiss Embassy in the Philippines, where he retired at the end of 2013. He is the youngest of 3 children. Jörg grew up in a very artistic and cultural environment. His grandfather and his father both work in the family's lithography and offset printing company in Thun called Stein and Ofsen Druckery, if I pronounce this well, Casirini and Son. Artists from many countries came to work here, thus exposing Casirini's to printmaking practices from an early age. After his retirement from the Swiss Foreign Ministry, Casirini built a small studio in Bohol, Philippines, where he works and creates sculptures, collages, paintings, and other collectibles. He founded his company, Dare to Art. Let's welcome Jörg Casirini.
Hello, yes, good afternoon again.
Hi, Jörg. How are you? Are you eating the product courtesy of, what is that product again? Kasi hindi ako binigyan, kaya hindi ko alam.
Jobs to Go and True Blends and Masuki.
Yes.
Exactly. I got these 3 things, so it's a lot, and I would like to appreciate and thank you very much to make this special gift for us today.
Yeah, the owners of those products are going to be a guest with us today. After the main feature, there will be brand feature. But first, let's talk about you. So you've been a charge d'affaires, and just very briefly, what have been the projects that you have been involved in the Swiss Embassy? I understand it's very focused on arts and culture, and aside from bilateral trade that we spoken earlier.
Yes, I came here in 2009 from before I was posted in Sydney, Australia, covering Australia and other countries out from there. So it's, as you mentioned before, it was my last country here, the Philippines. I covered here the part of trade and commerce, cultural affairs, and many other things. That's why also I was talking about business, very much involved with Philippine Business Council, Swiss Business Council, and other things, and then also, of course, in the art scene.
That's true. I mean, I can never forget when we worked together at the Philippine Swiss Business Council, and you were the charge d'affaires. You are our conduit to what's happening and the policies and the commercial trade office of the Swiss Embassy in the Philippines. You've been like our guru and our guide and our mentor in our management of bilateral trade relations and encouraging both countries. Listen, with the 16 countries that you have been, you have collected so many works of art along the way, right? Tell us.
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
Wow.
In fact, when you travel around the world, and art is one of the most beautiful things, but it can be out of nature, but it can be out of also handmade. And then I started everywhere, even when I had almost no money in Paris. I went on Sundays to the market, flea markets, and buy some little things, so small things, and I carry this around the world with me today. And then later on, of course, in all these countries, and fortunately, we have been in very many different countries with my family, and also very, very different cultures. And that makes the things much more intensive and much more interesting to collect. If you are a collector, and in my families, we are a little bit collectors. That is nice, but at the end, it's a problem. Where do you store it?
I know, I was about to ask you, with 16 countries and you collect a lot of this work of art and cultural representation, you must probably have a storage of all of those collections. Do you?
Well, we have a lot in storage. We have a lot actually in Germany, where my wife, we had from the family a big house, and in Bohol, and here also in Makati. Everywhere you find so many artworks, so many artifacts from all different countries, and it's a part of our life.
Which is your favorite country as far as the collection of the richness of art and culture, so to speak?
That is very difficult to say, because it's we have been in Iran twice, respectively. I worked at the U.S. intersection during the hostage crisis, and then at the embassy. And Iran, it's one of the oldest. The Persians, one of the oldest people, and they had 2,000, 3,000 years back. They made fantastic artworks, talking about the ceramics or the carpets, and or the copper things. So this is one thing what you find. Then you go to Australia. They also have a very big scene in artworks, but they also have a very old scene in artworks, and that is from the Aboriginals, what are very simple, native, but beautiful. Also the colors, all natural colors. Or when you go back, for example, in Bangladesh, it was the cultural scene was excellent, fantastic, with all these young artists. And I was very much involved there. But another country what also has a long part where we have been is Moscow or Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan was not so much, but they had very old things going back also thousands of years. And you can collect different things if you like, and if you want to have a small collection. But the collection, we never collect to have a collection. It's just we buy things because it's a part of our life, a souvenir, what shows us we have been there, and almost behind everything what we have or we carried around the world or we have now in our apartment has a story behind.
Wow, excellent. I like what you said. You do not collect things for purposes of collection, but merely to have a memory or great memory of the country and the people and the culture.
That's correct, yeah.
So it's part of your life journey and the places that you have visited. Talking about that, your focus on art, for the love of art, you have a good eye for it, and you have good skilled hands about it. But before that, I understand that your father has been a major influence in your passion for art, not just as an appreciation of art, but being the chief artist. Can you share with us, how is it growing up in this upbringing of an artistic family?
Well, as you mentioned before, my grandfather and my father both, they have working in the family company, small printing and lithography. And my father, must say, at his time was probably one of the most known lithographers in Switzerland, Germany, and other countries. Therefore, so many artists in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, they came to our place at home and worked there to make lithographs and other artworks. And I grew up with them. I mean, when I was very, very young, even a few years old, I was always around them, listening, looking. Sometimes they didn't like it because I was asking too many questions or bothering them into making artworks. Now today I understand that this can be very boring for them if you have the kids around. But it's a part of the life. I mean, it's a part what I learned, and my dad was really supporting that very much. And then also with the nature, we went very often out to the nature or to galleries or the museums. And this is a part of education, what you bring home from the family. And I carry this around. Well, it was maybe it was touching in my heart, a special part of it, art. And I find behind everything, it's when you are an artist, you look the things from a different point of view, and it's not a title of an artwork or something what you say, and it's this is maybe a broken part or this and that one, but this is not so important. I mean, the important is one, where and from which place it comes and how old this is, etc. So we have, for example, from South America or also from Persian empires, the artifacts, they look fantastic good, but they don't look like a modern vase or the modern cup or something like that. But this is a part of the museum. This is a part of what you collect.
Amazing. It's such a rich experience you've got in terms of art and culture, and it all starts from the foundation of your childhood and the family influence. I truly believe that a person today will always trace back to how they were brought up, the environment they are, and their values and passion towards their adult life will emanate to childhood life. So rearing a child from small to their education is very important foundation. Now, I remember you in one of the activities when we were working in the Philippine Swiss Business Council. You had a project during the Easter week that you created Easter bunnies out of some materials from
coconut fiber.
Coconut fiber, exactly.
Coconut
and you were
fiber,
helping people from the far-flung countries to give them some source of income. Do I remember it correctly?
That is correct. And in fact, I traveled a lot, countryside, also professionally or privately here. And then in one part, I saw these artifacts made homemade, made out of the cocoa fiber, different part of bunnies. And they say, why we are close to Easter? Why I don't look if we can sell it on the market? So wow. I also remember I approached you, I approached Sentis, and I got several orders. And the Sentis, for example, was very kind. They ordered quite many, and they make the special thing for Easter. If you buy this kind of chocolate, it was a package of chocolate, you get a free bunny. And for the kids was excellent. I have been there, and they wanted to have all the bunnies, but mom didn't want to have all the chocolates.
I remember I ordered a lot of it for my clients in SGS. It was a great idea. Now, I want to zero in into your Dare to Art, because your company name is Dare to Art, and a lot of your artwork are recycled materials, which is the bangka materials, the remnants of the bangka, some wood drift things, and then even some metal products, which is called the copper slug. Now, I want to show, and I want our tech team to show to us one of your artwork, which is called From Trash to Art, which is homage to the proud fisher folk of the Philippines. Okay, this is the one. So these are broken bangkas to come alive again. Tell us about this one. What made you create this piece of art, giving life to the broken bangka remnants?
Okay, it's a short story. When you walk around the beaches, or when I walked around the beaches and the shores, I saw so many pieces of bangkas, broken bangkas, and colorful, some lesser colorful, dirty, sandy, with mud, and this part they have been in the sea maybe for a long time, back to the shore, then back to the sea, and back to the sand, and back to the beaches and so on. And I find them quite interesting. Say, why not do I collect these pieces and I make an artwork out of it? So I'm collecting actually broken parts, and they are all original. And the good thing is they are never retouched. So I don't repaint I don't do, they are absolutely natural colors. The only thing that I have to do.
Sorry, Rainer. Sorry, Jörg. But so this one I'm seeing are remnant parts of a bangka. right?
Yep.
And they are in their original color. You never touch them. You just clean them and then put it into some concept of a new art and put life
That
into
is
it.
correct. So I have to collect them, to take them home. They are mostly, they are very heavy because they are full of sand, full of water. So I clean them very carefully, very precise, and then I have to let them dry for a very long time on the sun or in a shade later on. And I touch them maybe only months later because it has to be dry. What then I use is sheet of plywood, maritime plywood, and I prepare the plywood how it has to be. I color them. That's the only thing, and then I start to put this part from the banca, what I in fact recycles on the beaches, to put together. So it's a collage, and I can see, like you see on this specific artwork, I include sometimes also other parts of the banca, like old rope or some part metal thing.
I could see some rope there of the banca. And so it's not just the wood, but some materials that go with it. Now, I just want to share to the listener, because we've got two more types of artwork that you make out of recycling products, that I want to share to the listener and viewer what you describe about your love and honor to the fisher folk of the Philippines, which you said in many ways the banca can also be seen as a hopeful metaphor for this nation, Philippines, with Cacerini's homages acting as a form of portraiture. Against the uncertainty of open seas and uncaring environment, it pushes forward and remains afloat. And in Cacerini's hands or otherwise, the banca can always be repaired, repainted, and reborn. Right? That is beautiful.
Because one thing is, behind each piece of wood here from the banca, it's a story.
Correct,
a life story, a sad story. And when you know how many 100,000 of bancas we have here in the Philippines, because it's a country with 7,000 islands, so you have to move it with boats, either by tourist or for fisher boats or leisure or transport.
Yes.
And unfortunately, many break by age, but also many they break by a typhoon, tsunami, or other things.
So this all started from the typhoon.
Yeah, it is a disaster behind.
Yes, sorry.
As a disaster behind what breaks the banca. And I had an idea then, okay, in collecting, cleaning, and put this together, I give the banca in another form a life again.
That's great. That's great. Now, let's go on to your next part. Let's show you your next project here, which is from trash to art in using driftwoods from the sea. Wow. I have some driftwoods art in my home in the Philippines, but this is so beautiful. Can I see the next one, please, Dean? Because we put some 3 samples of your artwork. Magnificent. I love this. Beautiful. So this one is something of driftwoods washed to the shores and beaches around the world. And with 7,100 islands, as you said, there's a lot of driftwood that's sculptured by nature, and you put back them to life to be appreciated.
Well, the driftwood is a little bit different, because driftwood you find also on the beach, on the rocks and the shores. And mostly the pieces of wood, they have been for a very long time in the sea, back to the shore and then out in the sea again, and washed out by nature, by the wind, by the waves, or also by animals like shells. And when you see a part on the shore, and I always collect only things on the shore, not out of the water, then I look at that, and the wood is normally very, very heavy because it's so full of sand and water. Then I have to clean this over months and let it dry. And then at the end, you have an artwork made by the nature, absolutely 100% natural. I don't know the kind of wood. Some they are very heavy, so it can be like an iron wood, or some they are more light. But it's in fact the nature has sculptured this driftwood, and I put just them together in a right or the different way, and to put on a scene. And I have these iron stands, what I put the driftwoods on it. It's very decorative. It's very natural, and it fits in apartments or buildings or everywhere because it has a very special.
Yeah, Jörg, I could see from your background or some of your artwork, right, where you are.
Yeah, you see also here is one of the driftwood, and here it's also another driftwood like this one.
Yeah, very good. Now I want to show don't carry it, it's too heavy, it might fall. Your next last art category, which is also an incredible recycling way that you do from trash to art in using copper slag. This one is made of copper slag. Beautiful. Can we show the next one? The next one I think interests me because it has an eye. That one. Wow, I like this one. It's like it's watching me wherever I go. What is this made of? How do you do this?
Well, this is a very special. This was a little bit things. I tried something with this wire and the eye. Well, slag, in fact, is an end product from the copper making industry. It's also a Swiss company here in the Philippines, Passar, in Isabella Leyte. And when I was there and I saw all these mountains of slag, this is an end product. The slag is not a sand. It is from after the smelter, when everything is, the metals are out. It's completely free of any dangerous things because it has been under a very extreme heat. And then I collected that and I started to do this work. Slag is a very interesting material because when you put this in a certain way, you see it is not only black. Now we have no lights on it, but it's also shiny, silverish sometimes. And I use some slag for different artworks. What also I integrate sometimes a small piece of bunker, like you see here on the back with the yellow one, or then what I paint is also this one with acrylic. Oh, I go the wrong way. See, and I use this. So this is also a recycled material. Now, what I integrate a part of the acrylic colors and paint, I integrate sometimes also from the nature a small part of a broken branca or a shell or a coral or anything like this. That makes also, in fact, all recycled except the painting. And this is a very different part out from the bunker, but it also goes to the trash.
I like all the ones you do, Jörg, from bunker remnants giving life and in honor of the fisher folks, and then the nature of driftwood, and now the waste materials of Passar, which is a Swiss company made from copper, like one of those. It's just incredible. Your love for art and for the environment and ultimately helping the economy is so fascinating, bridging arts and business. How do you do business now in COVID-19?
Well, I had several exhibitions already started with, in fact, more intensive with the art in 2018. And I had exhibitions in different galleries, like also in Pinto Museum or the Globe Gallery, and art elements in SM Aura and Alta Mondo. But also in last year, I shipped a lot of artworks to Switzerland. And I had in Zurich, in a gallery, a very big exhibition together with a Filipina. It's a Mondecar gallery, and still artworks out in Switzerland, and we go on there with other galleries. But of course, like here, we are blocked now, and during COVID-19, it's no way to do anything. If I would be in Bohol, where I have my atelier, I could minimum work on new artworks, but here in Makati, unfortunately, it's not possible because I don't have the material here. But just to say it, we had exactly one day before an opening of an exhibition, we closed down. So it was really to lock down, and we couldn't go ahead with this exhibition. Now we are waiting maybe for another few months, to see how the things develops, and then I will restart with my contacts do artworks. Artwork, it's in the Philippines. You have a lot of artists. Foreign artists like myself has a little bit more difficulties to get in, because we are foreigners, and this my artworks is not a painting. It's not the usual thing what you do that. Sculpture and collage, it's not many they do this, thanks God. So I'm still has more advantage in that scene. But when you look the story, what Lou mentions, the story behind this artwork, what I do, and this is very important because it is related to a very close tied with the people here in the Philippines, like the fishermen, or like recycling, or everything what is needed. And I think it is very interesting what you can do and make out of it. So I have many other ideas, and hope in the future when I can sell it a little bit, then I make also more, and to look what we can do.
I'm sure Rolly would like to see your work of art when the pandemic is already allowed to go out, and he has a lot of appreciation for art too. And my gosh, those are wonderful. Rolly, you have any questions to Jorg?
I just want to reassure Jorg that we are one with doing saying that art binds the people, and definitely when the art kasi is part of our culture, and it represents us. And if you're having a hard time getting to the mainstream of art in the Philippine society, definitely we are here for you. We'll draw the line. And of course, we will create the magic or dare to art. And of course, I believe when all the debates are gone, I mean to say what is good, what is bad, what is right, and what is wrong, it is the art and the culture that will remain and will be in the hearts of people.
Now, this is a very exactly like you said. Art is something what you can appreciate, and you see in your artworks you have many different kind of explanation or expressions. It's depend the viewer, it's depend the person who buy it, and that is very important that you can penetrate these doors to go in and to show the artworks, and to build up a connection. And I think art, it's in our society today a very important thing, because we are rushing, we are under stress, we are under so much pressure from the business, etc. But if you can relax for short time to visit the gallery and to see this different kind of artwork, so even to have a chat with an artist, I think this is really something that makes the life more valuable.
So I think, Rosario, what we can unanimously say is that art is life. And definitely we shall be with you, Jorg. But first of all, let us call Rainer to be in the frame.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
okay.
Hello, Rainer. So I'd like to thank Mr. Glor and Mr. Casarini. We are excited on the things that you've mentioned, and I think collaboration is the next thing to do. With some partnerships, engagements, and maybe ordering and buying and supplying, and with the bottom line of exchange between you representing Switzerland and us representing the Philippine society. Together, of course, with my forever brother Rosario, now representing both the US and the Philippines. Looking forward to reach out to you. But please stay tuned, as we shall be calling on you again for our last segment, where we will be giving your last takeaway to our general online public. But before anything else, we'd like to give this GRB our promo for our audience for our clue number 2. Ito ay ginagamit tuwing tag-init. Kami na lang, Rosario. Yeah. So, Rosario, dalawa na clue natin. Clue number 1, pakita nga natin.
Tag-ulan.
Tuwing tag-ulan. Ayan Clue number 1, ginagamit tuwing tag-ulan. And clue number 2, ito yung ginagamit tuwing tag-init. Okay. Rosario, ano hula mo? Ginagamit daw sa tag-ulan at tag-init.
Definitely, hindi kapote, hindi pambahamboots. Payong, syempre.
Malalaman natin yan kung tama ang hula mo for the first time mula nung sinimulan natin yan 2 months ago. Kami ko palang tatama. Pero yan, ang mga audience natin, pwede makinig kayo kay Rosario or makinig kayo sa inyong insight at anong pakiramdam nyo kung ano ba ang ating elemento sa Guest na Pinalbas ngayong araw na ito. In the meantime, we shall pause for our major station break out now na.
Magbabalik ang Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. May items ka na gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit PinoyAds.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item that you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa PinoyAds.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Pinoy Tatak Pinoy, the future of radio. This is your all hits, all Pinoy internet radio station. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
Balikan na natin ang Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Okay, so we are back, and with this time we shall now present a part of this program. Then, Brandy, we have the intro, please.
Kilalanin ang mga produktong tumatak sa inyong mga isipan dahil sa mga kakaibang ganda, quality, value pricing at nagbibigay ng natatanging customer experiences sa iba't ibang platforms at promotions para sa inyong unique shopping journey, brick and mortar man or online. Pag-usapan na natin yan dito lamang sa Talk Shop Asia's Brand Feature of the Week.
Okay, so
Wow.
we have a good segment, this first part.
Wow, great. So this is one of our main show, which is the responsive brand features of the week, Cycle House, True Blends, and Matsuki. So I leave it in good hands, the expert of branding. Take it away, Rolly.
Maraming salamat, Rosario. And this time, because we're now on the season 5 of this community quarantine, and this time we are now on the general community quarantine phase 5. And definitely it's now back to work, but I think the lack of transportation became an issue last Monday and Tuesday. And this time, we see the fit of featuring a brand that has become a household in the eyes and the ears of the business community. I'd like now to present and to call as our first guest of branding a person who's been in the corporate world for so long. And then he made a leap to be an entrepreneur, I think 5 years ago. And in his leap, he became a formidable one. Please all welcome the founder and CEO of Cycle House. Please welcome Jeff.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are sa part of the world. Sir Rolly, kamusta po? And Ma'am Maria, thanks for inviting me. Thanks for having Cycle House again.
Of course, syempre, dahil nga wala pa akong motor, wala pa akong bisikleta, I'm staying in the house amidst the pandemic and the general community quarantine. And I'd like to throw back that question to you, Jeff. Ikaw, during this time wherein all things are now being called about the response of the government to the pandemic, ano ba ang nangyayari ngayon sa Cycle House? And can you share your story to the audience?
Yeah, well, for the pandemic, right now, we're helping a lot of employees. We're helping a lot of businesses who needs transportation for their workers. So the good news is that they can get in touch with us for those people who needs bikes sa Cycle House Philippines. Sir Rolly, we're selling low to medium range bikes, meaning very affordable to. May mga prices like around 3,000, 4,000, abot kaya. In fact, mas mura pa tayo sa Quiapo kasi sa Quiapo, mid-end to high-end na. Kaya tayo na ang naging go-to business ng mga naghahanap ng murang bike for their workers. Yun po yung sa pandemic po.
Yeah, a lot of people are really looking for the supply of this bicycle kasi, you know, papasok sila as far down south, Alabang. Gano'n kalayo binabike, and then that's the only means of transportation. And how can we help them? Paano ko ma-reach niyan, Jeff? For your side.
Yeah. Yeah, ano lang po, Sir Rolly, kailangan lang nilang look up kami sa FB page, Cycle House Philippines. Tapos, while we are selling bikes, Rolly, we're also providing them guidelines on how to do bike to work. So, ayan po, yung mga kailangan nilang dalin na gamit or tools, yung mga hydration, di ba? Kailangan uminom ka ng tubig. Safety tips. So binibigyan din namin. So we're also helping our yung mga customers natin na para maka-adapt sa new normal, which is biking.
Siyempre. So I mean to say, not only the product, but inclusive of a holistic service ang binibigay ng Cycle House.
Yes, sir. And may free tune-up din yun sa mga bike. If they can just bring their bike sa mga stores, sa store namin, particularly sa Araneta Avenue, we can provide those services.
Okay. Siyempre, meron din kayong motorcycle.
Meron din po. Yung mga nag-deliver ng motorcycle, we also have that. We're a complete motorcycle and bike repair shop.
Since I think top of the mind ang Cycle House, what I would like to further convince our audience, ano ba mga product and features ng Cycle House? Can you share us some information on this?
Sir Roddy, would it be okay to present my slides?
Yes.
Well, anyway, Sir Rolly, mamaya bigay ko yung mga product, pero along the way, right now kasi, Sir Rolly, yung mga nanonood ngayon, by the way, we have one franchise who came from the States, Seattle, Washington. Nag-franchise siya, I think around February yun. Umuwi na siya. You know what? This is a good business from my perspective, lalo na with the new normal, tumataas ang motorcycle and bike. I-introduce ko lang to, Sir Rolly, for just around 4.5 minutes, no? Tapos along the way, kwento ko na rin kung ano yung merong mga produkto. So we are into franchising actually, Sir Rolly. We now have close to 100 branches nationwide. Next slide. Yung control pala nasa ating tech. So when looking for a business, I always start with this one. Be scientific, no? Try to check on the market, look for differentiation, and then look at the financial model, and then support on the franchise business. What do I mean by this? Kasi yung mga naghahanap ng business, sometimes they're very emotional. When we say emotional, it's based on liking the business. That's very dangerous kung hindi mo inaaral yung market. Diba? A hobby cannot be, sometimes, it's so hard to turn it into a business. Magkaiba po kasi yan. So, you have to be scientific. So, ito rin ang masuggest ko yung sa mga nakikinig na who might be thinking of having their own business. Alam mo, may dalawang challenge sa mga gustong magsimula. Ang challenge nila is focus. Some of them, hindi na sisimula ang business. It's because they're focusing their thoughts on the struggle, the possible losses or failures. But again, you have to start your own business at some point, di ba? Kasi hindi ka naman pwedeng employment forever. I was an employee for 16 years. And then, ang suggestion ko, always focus on faith and hope. Kasi there are a lot of positive things about entrepreneurship. And one of them is being your own boss. Sige, daanan ko na lang yung iba, Sir Rolly. Next slide po. So ang maganda sa Cycle House, the market is growing. This is a busy slide. In the motorcycle market in the Philippines, in LTO, more than 60% of registered vehicles are motorcycle. The biking is now exploding at a very, very fast rate. It's because of what happened with the post-COVID crisis. So dumadami, we are expecting a growing market pa. So if you're looking for a business, try to assess. But of course, meron pa rin ibang mga franchise business dyan. Magaganda rin yan as long as part ng AFI, Association of Filipino Franchisors, to ensure na legitimate yung business. Alright? Mga Chinese business like yung kay Ma'am Willen, di ba? Masuki. And yung milk tea business kay Ma'am Joyce. Magaganda rin yan kasi may mga naghahanap din ng ganyan, milk tea. Next slide. So, ang maganda sa Cycle House is we're focusing on the mass market. We're not after the high-end bikes. We have made that decision 2 years ago na ito talaga kami, masa kami. Meaning ng masa, tricycle driver, street vendor, mga nagbabike to work, mga employees na, who are in rank and file or minimum wage. We address their needs, di ba? So how do we address our needs? Next slide. By providing, ito yung strong differentiation na sinasabi ko. Look for a differentiation in the business. Professionalized repair. We are the first one to come out with this concept kasi kadalasan ng motorcycle and bike, Caroli, mga maduduming motorcycle and bike shop, yung mga mekaniko not well trained, yung staff hindi marunong mag-explain ng produkto. That's what we're trying to change. We're trying to improve the way we do things. So yun yung we come up with a professional repair services, and the look of the store hindi siya yung magulo. We try na to practice yung mga merchandise display techniques, pinapaganda talaga to help the customer choose the product that they like. Then we also have superior customer service. And at the same time, low risk ang product kasi no spoilage pagdating sa motorcycle and bike. Next slide, please. So, this is a busy slide again. If you're not into motorcycle and bike, you don't have to worry because I'm also not into motorcycle and bike. I'm just here for the business. I saw the market. I have a differentiation, and I love serving the mass market. Ang maganda, if you don't know anything about bike and motor, we have offered best-in-class management training. Talagang may OJT yan, may training. I'm a professional trainer, kaya I made sure that talagang very strong in science in terms of transferring the knowledge to those who wants to have this business. We will also teach you on how to do marketing, social media, local store marketing. Lahat po yan tinuturo. And then most of all, the staffs are well trained. We are recognized by TESDA. Talagang may curriculum din yung training sa mekaniko. Next slide. And yan po, essential spending. Dahil pag nabutas yung gulong, bibili talaga. And we have a lot of ways to earn money. Aside, nag-upgrade ng parts, pinapaganda yung parts, accessories, nagbebenta ng unit bike. We have multiple ways of making money. And then faster ROI because lower capital investment, lower overhead costs, and then high profit margin. Low overhead costs kasi sa atin pang masa, di naman kailangan ng aircon. So, dinesign po talaga natin yan para naman mapabilis yung ROI. Next slide. And based sa study na ginawa ng aming marketing last year pa ito I think this will be higher because of the increased need for bike and motor. Compared to other, with respect to other franchise businesses, this is based on data, we were ranked higher in terms of daily average sales. So I think it's because dahil sa isang gulong, worth 700 pesos na. Pag nagpa-overhaul service yung motorsiklo, it's 1,200 pesos. So medyo driven din by the price. And syempre marami rin nagpapagawa ng motor at bike. So I think the business model is quite strong. The financial model is quite strong. Now the downside, para naman balance din yung pag-sharing ko sa inyo, the business of Cycle House is much tougher to manage. Caroli retail kasi ito di ba? Maraming SKU. So meaning it will take time for the franchise owner to learn and understand, and the supervisor to really understand how the business works. Kasi ang daming technical dito, iba-ibang piyesas for different motorcycle. Yun yung downside. But again, may training naman. But it's really up to you kung ano yung gusto niyo, ano yung nasa heart nyo. Basta importante makapagsimula ka mag-business, kung ano man yun, walang problema. Next slide. I think this is now my last. Ayan, we produce successful franchises din. Yun po yung importante rin when looking for a franchise business. By the way, franchise business guarantees or probably will help you increase your chances of success by 90%. according yan sa study. Why? Kasi may proseso na, may sistema na, and may brand. So this is the last slide, I think. Next slide po. Sige, hindi ko na siguro i-discuss ito. Baba, next slide na lang, last, sorry. Ang starting franchise package namin is 298,000. 150 stocks. Next slide. You can get in touch with us by contacting us at the Facebook Cycle House Philippines. Next slide. So all in franchise package na po. If you are curious, if you want to get to know more about Cycle House, feel free to contact us or maybe connect with Sir Rolly. Kasi pag lahat ng mga nag-inquire through Sir Rolly, we give them special discount pa. Basta galing sa Talk Shop Asia. We will extend discount as big as 50,000 pesos. Yun lang po.
Maraming salamat, Jeff. Okay. Zoom in. Alright, so number one, ang masasabi ko is that your product is one of the top of the mind this time of the pandemic and of the quarantine. And syempre, you're answering the call of our common styles need for everyday lives. Syempre, wala silang masakyan no? And every day, you're also offering a top of the mind business kasi nga, napakababa naman lang yung franchise fee. And you didn't stop there, Jeff. You differentiated your company because you now have a full-fledged professional service center. And aside from that, from the full-fledged customer support. Okay, so ano pang gagawin natin? Kundi, if ever you want to invest, which is now the right time, now is the time to get into Cycle House and then be formidable in having your MV as an entrepreneur during this time of the pandemic. Okay, ang gusto lang sabihin sa iyo, Jeff, is isang tanong na lang pala. Halimbawa, ngayong general community quarantine na, how do you now proceed from here? So, syempre, dahil mong orders, can you tell our audience na how dynamic your company is this time of the season 5 of the ECQ?
Yeah. Sir Rolly, actually, ay naman kaya natin ginawa natin competitive ang franchise package is to help the OFWs or probably people in the US who would like to go home na, come back home, have their own business. We're trying to make it easy for them by making sure that the franchise package is something that they can afford. So that's one. Pangalawa, where do we go from here? To tell you frankly, Sir Rolly, we are now fast-tracking the growth because the opportunity and the need for customers is so high. In fact, sa mga nakikinig ngayon, if you're not into managing one Cycle House franchise, you can just invest in our company. May tinatawag kaming part ownership. So for example, 10 owners in one store, kasi fina-fast track na namin yung growth, pwede rin yun. Kasi may mga celebrities, like minsan may nag-inquire na artista, ayaw naman niya mag-manage ng motorcycle and bike, gusto lang niya mag-invest dahil naniniwala siya lalaki yung market. So ngayon, ginawa na namin, starting by July, we are now having company-owned stores na owned by different investors. So that's a good news. And then where do we go from here? So meaning, we want more branches. Why? Because there's a lot of customers who are looking for bike and motorcycle repair. Lalo na po ngayon. They're looking for our branches because we have become known to to serve affordable and good services. Where do we go from here? We're looking for investors again for on-demand services naman, yung mga delivery. So because of the high need, because of the pandemic, there's a lot of online. So we're also going into that kind of business. Kaya for those who are interested, we would love to partner with you, assess how we can share, if we have a shared value, then maybe we can go business and serve our customers here in the Philippines.
Maraming salamat, Jeff. Please bear this in mind. Our support is on you. We believe in your product, we believe in your company, and we believe in your mission. Okay, maraming salamat, Jeff, of Cycle House. And this time, during this pandemic, of course, we will not forget to feature our local heroes. And definitely one of the essential products this time of the pandemic and of this quarantine is food. And definitely we ought now to feature two more local heroes. And the first one is very close to my heart. She's been a very good friend. And definitely, ang kanyang mga companies are also amiable, not only to business partners, but also to customers. In this, at this point in time, I'd like to welcome the CEO of Asian True Blend Franchising Corporation. Please all welcome Joyce Koyu.
Hi, Sir Rolly. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good morning, Mr. Sario.
Okay. So, Joyce, no? So,
Yes, sir.
I think kami kasi dito sa Talk Shop Asia, we call them responsive brands kasi you know naman how hard it was during the time that the pandemic and the quarantine was declared, no? And everybody was in a worry state and definitely yung mga nasa food sector na unang nag-respond positively. Can you share with us kung ano bang ginawa mo ngayon na nag-invento ka ng produkto para makaservisyo ka lang sa ating mga customers?
Sir, can I show the slide po para tuloy-tuloy tayo?
Yes.
Okay, very well, sir.
Okay, habang ginagawa mo yan, Joyce, I think napakaliwanag ng iyong paligid tulad ng iyong outlook sa buhay. At syempre, ang positivity binibigay ng True Blends at ng Chops to Go ay ipapakita ko pa ulit dahil naubos ko na ang True Blends sa sarap.
Sir, can you see po?
Yes, you can see.
Okay. Okay, sir. So Asia True Blends Franchising Incorporated, sir, has two brands under. One is True Blends Tea and Coffee, and the other one is Chops to Go. True Blends Tea and Coffee po started way back July 24, 2009 at the home grounds of Ateneo de Manila High School. We started 11 years ago po. When we started, we just started as a coffee shop. And then that was when my brother kasi went to China to study Mandarin. He told me na, uso na yung milk tea in China and definitely in Asian countries. So sabi niya, you do it there na habang nauuna at wala pa in Manila. So we studied, we did actually R&D, research and development with milk teas. We used the flavors of our coffee. So we mixed it with our tea. So yan, so we created na True Blends Tea and Coffee. Actually, when we started nung July 2009, True Blends was True Brew pa. As in True Brew. Kasi we started in Ateneo, di ba? True Blue siya. So, yun, True Brew kami before. Now, naging True Blend siya. It's because of the trademark. So, yun. So, 2009, we started there. We incorporated nga the milk teas and then we added na mga food and snacks. And then after like few years, like 2 years, we started na po growing. We franchised out na. And then, after that, we offered actually yung mga snacks namin. And then I figured out na, parang yung chicken chops namin, when I introduced it, sobrang naging in demand. Like, they ordered, like, kunyari, lunchtime, most of the orders, siguro 80% were chicken chops. And then iced tea, kasi siguro ang bilis kainin. And then kasi to go nga siya. And ang naging partner nila, instead of milk tea lang, naging iced tea. So parang alternate yun, iced tea and milk tea. So I created naman Chops to Go brand. For Chops to Go, we serve lang yun nga, chicken chops, and then I inserted the milk teas and the iced tea. So mas focused yung the products. And then it's easier then kasi for us to expand kasi nga cart lang siya, unlike yung True Blends na yung range of products namin from milk tea to coffee to snacks hanggang may pasta and rice meals. So with Chops to Go, ito, here are the branches po. We started in One Torre. Then we also have a branch in Pioneer, yung sa MRT station. And then we also have SM Manila. SM Manila, yung nasa right picture. We also have SM Mega Mall. Actually, since pandemic, we're waiting na lang din po for the go signal of SM San Lazaro and SM North EDSA. For ingress na kasi kami doon, pero yun nga yung nag-lockdown. For ingress kami, so na-stop lahat. Yun. So for those who missed True Blends na milk teas, we have mga branches na open even during mga lockdown and pandemic. De La Rosa, Makati, that's the number there on the screen. So they are selling milk teas, green teas, Milo Float, and our bestseller, the Cheese Cloud series. For those who miss naman our, if they want naman to make in bulk or who wants to start a business, we have this kit. it's the True Blends Team Bahay na milk tea kit. They can make like 50 drinks, 40 to 50 cups for this kit. So it's only 1,500. Yung ibang clients namin who ordered this, they enjoyed it not just for their families, ha? They sell it. Actually, yung iba humihingi ng free straws, free cups. Go, sige, I'll give you free cups na and free straws. Yun. And then for those naman who miss naman our iced tea, we still offer this lemon iced tea. The original price is 450. Now we are selling the concentrated ones at 250 only. You can make mga 40 cups to 50 cups then po of the iced teas. Yan. Yung iba naman, they sent me this picture. Yun. Kasi we offered this, what do you call this? Reusable tumblers. So when we offered this, yun, reusable nga siya. So yung habang nasa pandemic at naka-lockdown sila, they offered the iced tea. Tapos they used that tumbler to mix their drinks. Kasi itong tumbler na to, itong iced tea natin, they just have to add like, for example, 30, 40 ml, then add water and ice only, then you shake it and then you serve it. Ganun lang siya. Yun. For those naman who miss chicken chops, this is the chicken chops with the chips. We offer, during pandemic, we offer the frozen ones. So we have this chicken chops at home. We serve the 500 grams at 450. This comes with the chicken flour already, the gravy mix, and the barbecue. For the seasoning, they can choose from barbecue, sour cream, and cheese. This one, kasi sir, kaya nilagyan ko ng gravy and the seasonings kasi ito yung naging favorites ng mga tao. So, hindi ko pwedeng alisin yung gravy at i-add lang yung flavor. So, I mix na lang everything. Yung parang may gravy ka na at the same time, you have another flavor. But if they want to add another flavor, they can add naman. They just have to contact us. And then the other one naman is the per kilo. So, that's 1 kilo of chicken chops. You can make like siguro mga 8 to 10 servings na yan of that one in the picture. So, may gravy na rin siya and the flavors. I know this pandemic, sir, no, parang lahat gusto na magnegosyo kasi this year nga, as they say, we have to survive. We are offering actually the franchise fee of the cart of True Blends at 395,000 with that card. So packages siya, they just have to find a location and the staff para ma-train namin. And for the stall and the full store naman, it's 395 and 495,000. For Chops to Go, we have this package naman of 450,000, which includes the cart and other equipments. But this starts at 450 because it depends on the SM location or on the location itself. But since it's pandemic and we understand naman na not all people can create their own product line, diba? Katulad nga nasabi ni Sir Jeff na it's easy to franchise kasi may model na, they just have to follow. We are offering the 50,000 discount on our franchise fee for Chops to Go. And for True Blends, we are giving free franchise as long as they just purchase our stocks or the ingredients and stocks from us. They just have to contact us through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Yan. That's it, sir.
Alright. Wow, maganda ha. Talagang, I mean, I think from the way I read your presentation, I listened, you became very responsive to the call of the times, no? But syempre, ang una kong reaction is that your brand names is really a testimony of what they would like to offer. True Blends, True Blue. Syempre, true to heart ang iyong...
Yes.
I've been in your building and I can feel the warmth, not only of the store, but of the people inside.
Yes,
As
sir.
gusto ko, tulad ko nga, as I mentioned, meron kami rito. Ako po, kain ako ng kain because this one is really to go. If you have something doing, you can do multitasking, but your food will be delivered right on time and you can have it right on your doorstep and while you are doing your task. Okay, so may isa lang akong tanong, Joyce, no?
Yes, sir.
Syempre, since you've been responsive to the call of the times and ngayon naman, hindi pa tapos, no? Our quarantine is still extended. And I know that your social advocacy has been also a part of your business. How about your people? Are they still with you? And then what are you doing with them at this point in time?
Honestly, sir, when we tried opening a branch, when I asked a staff or few of them to go to that branch, biglang nilagnat. So natakot ako, 'di ba? So sabi ko, so they planned naman to go home and rest. Sabi ko, sige, go home. Pero when we had our Zoom meeting, sabi ko, oh sige, another help that we could offer was they could open a satellite branch or they can open satellite branches, especially sa mga taga-Marikina, yung mga malalayo from us. Sabi ko, guys, you can open and then all the profit goes to you na. Parang franchisee niya yung, what do you call this, yung parang treatment. So they just need to order from us and then you can sell there.
Okay, that's very good. So
Yes, sir.
they will help in their livelihood, so at least they
Yes,
can
sir.
help while being locked down and in their homes. No?
Yes, sir. 'Di ba sabi nga nila, 'di ba? Oo, parang teach them how to do business. So ito 'yun.
Yeah.
Don't just give the fish, give the net.
Yeah, and of course, syempre, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang ABI. You know, for the benefit of our audience, Joyce is an former president of the Association of Filipino Franchisers, and up to now, she's very much active supporting the presidency of George Willie.
Yes.
Okay, we greet our ABI members. I think, shout out to Eric Kae, who's now watching.
Hi, Sir Eric. Hi, Chairman. Si Sir George po, he wanted to watch, pero meron lang siyang Zoom meeting today, which I will follow later.
Okay, so Joyce, I think our support is also on you being a responsive brand feature and a very responsive individual and business leader at that. Maraming salamat, Joyce.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, syempre, ngayon meron pa tayong i-feature na isa, another local hero in the line of food. As we mentioned, one of the basic essentials that we have is food. And this time, this one is something close to my heart. Kasi, syempre, we have a Chinese lahi, and this one represents an authentic Chinese menu na minana pa niya sa kanyang lolo. Okay, and I think the name spells for itself. This one is the restaurant Masuki, and she will now be presented by its CEO, my good friend Willen Ma. Please all welcome Willen.
Hello po, magandang hapon, and magandang umaga po sa Amerika.
Okay,
Hello.
iba ka, plastic ang dating mo, di ba? ang lagi, ang liwanag ng iyong mukha.
Ay, ganun po. Lumipat po kasi ako from the laptop, ano po siya, naubos ang battery. Kaya nasa desktop po ako ngayon.
Siyempre,
Magandang hapon po.
Kakaiba ang iyong pangalan, Masuki. Kung ako magsasabi, Masuki, maraming suki para sa akin yan. But we would like to hear from yourself, why the name Masuki as your brand name?
Bali po kasi, i-share ko po yung aming pangalan. Dati po kasi talaga, ang umpisa po talaga namin, nag-umpisa po yung tatay ko na naglalako po ng itong aming pagkain sa Binondo noong 1930s po. Kasama po niya yung kanyang uncle na namamasyal at nagbebenta nitong pagkain na to. Ang pagkain po lang namin, Sir Rolly, is mami, siopaw at siomai. Pagkatapos po, noong 1950s, naging tindahan na po siya. Ang pangalan po nito, Makong. Bakit ko po kinikwento? Kasi yun, karelate po ito dun sa pangalan po namin yan. Ang Makong po kasi is Ma ang aming apelido. Pero ang ibig sabihin po ng Ma sa Chinese is kabayo. Kabayo po siya. Ang Kong po is malaki. Malaking kabayo daw po yan.
Okay.
Oo, kaya po siya naging Makong. Tapos ngayon po, naging Masuki siya kasi third generation na po kami sa pamilya dito sa business na to. Ang Masuki po is Ma ulit, paapelido po namin, kabayo, Suki or Xiaoqi. Xiaoqi po dapat talaga yung tawag dito kaso mahirap po i-pronounce para po sa ating mga kaibigan Pilipino. Kaya po ginawa namin siyang Masuki. Yun po. Masuki po. Okay.
Okay, household name na yan. You may continue with your presentation so that we can
Opo, ito nga po, nung daddy ko, kasama po yung mga pinsan niya, inumpisahan po nila magkaroon ng restaurant during the 1950s na po to. Pagkatapos po, ayan, ngayon, dahil nga nasa third generation na kami, nag-try na kami na from Binondo, nag-open na po kami sa malls. Meron po kami sa Green Hills, outside of the mall po to sa Green Hills. Tapos meron po kami dun sa Mall of Asia. Meron po kami sa Mega Mall at Lucky Chinatown. Hindi pa po ako nagpapa-franchise. Pero po, pinag-iisipan dahil po dito sa ating nangyari sa ating lahat, baka po kami magkaroon ng mga distributors sana sa mga places na malalayo na katulad ng siguro taga-Alabang, baka magkaroon po kami na pwedeng mag-distribute sa amin ng mga pagkain namin. Doon po. Yan. Tapos po, yun lang. Yun lang po.
I think you deserve a clap kasi hindi na kaya yung pagsali ng negosyo from the eldest to the youngest generation. Meron laging
Opo.
But you yourself made yourself open for business, and kahit na ngayong ECQ at pandemic, open ka pa rin sa business, okay? That is okay. So that's how you get the trust of your customers, and definitely your branding is one of the top of the mind pagdating sa Chinese, lalo siopaw at mami.
Kasi po sa amin sa Binondo, Sir Rolly, kasi dito sa amin sa Binondo, kumbaga nakasanayang pagkain na to ng mga tao dito sa paligid namin. Kaya siguro hindi kami nagsara. Isa sa mga dahilan yon na nag-open kami dahil gusto rin namin na yung mga tao ma-serve namin sila kasi maraming tumatawag, nagtatanong, bukas po ba kayo? Bukas po ba kayo? Gusto namin kumain ng pagkain, wala kami makain. So kaya nag-open po kami. Yun po.
Open ka, and then you're making use of delivery, di ba? Kasi nakarating sa
Yes
akin.
Opo. Sa ngayon po, meron na kaming ka-partner sa delivery, si Happy Move at saka si Joyride. Ka-partner po namin, sila po ang nagdi-deliver para sa amin. And then, meron na rin po kaming, nang dahil dito po sa pandemic, Kuya Caroli, po ako kumbaga semi-retired na ako talaga. Ang mga anak ko na po ang nag-aasikaso ng negosyo. Pero nang dahil sa nangyaring to, kailangan ko mag-isip ng mga bagay na para matuloy natin ang negosyo, syempre. So, dati kami sanay ng puro kumakain lang sa amin, dine-in restaurant lang po kami talaga. Wala kaming delivery at all. Ngayon ay napilitan po kami na magkaroon na ng online ordering, tapos po online payment. Kapartner ko naman sa online payment ng GCash, syempre ang Globe. Tapos po, meron na po kami ngayong pwedeng umorder ng ganun sa amin. Yun po. Tapos, mahirap po para sa amin kasi nagigising ako ng maaga ngayon para lang po doon. Pero natutuwa po ako at masaya po ako dahil marami akong nakikilala ng mga kaibigan, na bagong kaibigan, mga customers ko po na nagiging kaibigan ko na rin sila dahil po dun sa online ordering na yan. At nakakausap ko sila at natatanong ko kung ano na nangyayari sa kanila.
Siyempre, our support is on you kasi now you were able to re-adapt your business sa quantum technology. Kahit na,
yes po.
They say, baby boomer or toddlers na tayo, but you entrepreneur of the times. Okay. Really, our support is on you kasi masarap ang iyong produkto. At,
maraming salamat po.
Siyempre, being a role model, being a business leader who were able to thrive in this call of times dahil minaan mo pa sa lolo mo, third generation, fourth generation na, ibig sabihin the taste has been made formidable and several operations is now consistently done by you. Ay, maraming salamat, Willie, at ang suporta namin ay nasa sa iyo. Okay,
maraming salamat po.
May I call Joyce on the frame and Rosario? Okay, so umalis na si Jeff, may meeting daw. Diyos ko, lahat tayo may meeting, no? Tapusin na natin to. Maraming salamat, Willen, and maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat din po.
Yeah, we would like to congratulate you for being responsive brands this time of the pandemic. At pag sinabing responsive brands, meaning to say, ang tiwala ng mga tao, ng mga mamamayan ay nasa sa inyo because you are hardworking and then you are also model business leaders to the community and to the public. Maraming salamat. Huwag muna kayo aalis na kasi bibigyan ay hinga namin kayo ng last takeaway para sa ating General Online Public. In the meantime, gusto namin sabihin ang clue number 3 para sa aming audience engagement promotion. Ito ay ginagamit pananggalang sa ating mga ulo tuwing mainit o di kaya ay umuulan. Okay, Rosario, ano na? Kaya ulitin natin lahat ang clue. Clue number 1, ito ay ginagamit tuwing tag-ulan. Clue number 2, ito ay ginagamit tuwing tag-init. And clue number 3, ito ay ginagamit pananggalang sa ating mga ulo tuwing mainit o di kaya ay umuulan. Ano ang hula mo, Rosario?
Abay, definitely payong.
Okay. Okay, so the contest is now open. Ang unang makakasagot ng tama ang siyang mananalo ng gift pack at 100 peso load from our partners Big Benta and Pretty Skincare. At ang lahat ng ito inyong malalaman sa aming pagbabalik after this last program break.
Magbabalik ang Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Para enjoy ang pakikinig sa V81 Radio kahit saan, we are now on your Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio at i-enjoy ang inyong mga paboritong Pinoy music 24/7. Sabihin lang, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Balikan na natin ang Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Okay, abangan natin, tawagin natin mga guests for takeaway. Bigyan natin ng mga ibang announcement ng ating audience. Sorry, come on. AOB.
All right, with the situation of COVID in the Philippines, we have confirmed cases of 18,997 of the recent statistics. Recoveries, thank God that they have recovered 3,808, and unfortunately 966 deaths. In the situation in worldwide, confirmed cases of 6,376,822. And deaths, unfortunately, of 380,180. And unfortunately, I think 100,000 of that comes from the United States.
Okay. Can you read this, Rosario?
Okay, announcement. We will promote your songs and compositions in our NAPALM, NAPALM program and V81 Radio Worldwide. Send us your high-quality songs, audio file, and contact details at din@v81radio.com and charliediaz002@gmail.com, and we will feature them in our program. Send your songs now and be featured.
Thank you, Rosario. Next. Maraming salamat kay Nino Duque for championing para hirap para sa pasahero. At this time of the COVID, he tweaked the bicycle drivers who cannot do their transportation work every day to be a transportation delivery man this time of the COVID in the area of Parañaque. Because of that, you're a local hero, Nino Duque, at maraming salamat sa iyo. Next. And of course, if you want to invest during this time of the low market, you may do so by being a co-owner of hostels in Coron, Cebu, Boracay, and Batanes, and you can have a good share of your income during this pandemic. For this, look for Charles Mata or call him at 821-8242. Charles is having also his own program, Two for the Road at B81. And of course, you can also be a co-owner of dual gasoline stations, and you can rub elbow with the PBA legends. For this business, get in touch with Robbie Rehencia. You may call him at 0935-910-0850. Can we show this next picture? Ayan yung mga PBA legends, Marlo Aquino, Jerry Codinera, Alan Kaidik, Bal David, and the like. So you will be rubbing elbows with them, and you will be co-owners with them in the dual fuel gasoline station. And of course, our newest member of the partners in B81, Pretty Skincare. If you want to have a beautiful skin and maintain the beauty and glowness of your skin, get and use Pretty Skincare. And of course, we shall have our, I'm the moderator tomorrow, so there'll be a new webinar, the last episode or the last edition of the API Empowering Forum, season ending, welcoming the new normal. That will be tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. at the Facebook page of API Empowering Entrepreneurs. And of course, if you want to get into your mental health and know more information, managing your mental and emotional health in times of crisis, PRA will also have their own webinar tomorrow then at 2 o'clock p.m. Get into the page of Philippine Retailers Association and be a part of this webinar series. And of course, Dr. Mesa is now also having its own podcast. Pag di nyo kami napanood ni Rosario today, abangan nyo ang aming podcast and you can listen to us in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. At syempre, I still give free consultation for business repurposing. Lahat ng mga guests natin ngayon nag-repurpose. They were able to adapt exactly just this time of the pandemic. If you want to have some guidance, so you can also get onto me at 0995-792-1887, and I'll give you free consultation at your service. Okay, so tawagin natin ang ating mga guests for their final takeaway. I think we have another good episode today. Okay, let's all lahat sila. Okay. Rosario, bago ang takeaway, I will ask them a Mr. Universe question. A Mr. and Miss Universe question. Okay. Everybody was surprised with the pandemic. So what is the last thing that you want to change in your life or business that you could have done before the announcement of this pandemic and of the local ECQs in your countries? What is the thing that you want to be changed or to change that you could have done before the pandemic? Okay? I'd like to ask your place, Unaka, you're the first one to answer. What is the thing that you would like to have changed before the pandemic?
Well, I think we all worldwide, we learned a lot out of this pandemic. It is something new for us, for our generation, but it's nothing new when you look worldwide, when the health, when you go back hundreds of years or even in the last century, we always had kind of big diseases or pandemics. But I think our governments in general, they had a really big lesson of learning, and also so everybody else, and we have to follow now a new life. Maybe it's a little bit restricted, business-wise especially. When you look, we are suffering, and we will suffer a lot in the next coming months or years, because when I look my country, how many billions we spend for the companies in providing credits and support. Even we have a very good social security, what pays salaries up to 80% during this pandemic. But somebody has to pay. So by taxes or by others. So we will suffer more, not only health-wise, but also financially. And it is a learning lesson. I mean, maybe also it is a good thing that we look tomorrow in a different way than we look yesterday, because we also learn how to treat, how to get through. It's not fun when you say you have to be in your apartment for months, but it gives us time to think. It gives us time to create, unfortunately, many other things. And I think it is very important that we can open as soon as possible, as much as possible, that people can go back to work, to earn money, to survive with the family. And this is one thing what I hope for everybody. And I wish everybody that we can go to the final of this pandemic with or without vaccines, because this is still a big question mark. But I wish you all the very best. Keep the regulations in mind, distance, and keep yourself under control, because the government will be not able to control each of us. We have to control us and our family, ourselves. And for all of you who have businesses, I wish you good luck. You have invented especially the hospitality, or as you said here, for the food. We have now the take-away, take-out, who is a blooming business, and probably it will go ahead that way, because restaurants will not open so very soon. So also in this, take this opportunity to thank you very much, all of you, to keep this in mind, and especially for the nice food and drinks what I got and enjoy doing this emission. Thank you so much. It was really great meeting you. And if you one day you want to have an artwork at home, just contact me on the www.daretoart.com, and there you can find some hundreds of artworks. The shipment is easy. Also, Panda will bring it to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jörg. You already did a complete summation of the answer to the question, and of course for your final takeaway to the public. Maraming salamat. And I'd like
Thank you very much.
I'd like to hear from Rainer. Sir Rainer.
Yes, yes, Sir Rolly. There's not much I can really add to what Jörg already said. But one thing I think in hindsight, well, hindsight is always good, is I wish some of the governments, including our government here, would have been more alert. If you take New Zealand, you take Vietnam, you take Hong Kong, you take South Korea, they basically went through it with very little damage. They had some economic damage, but in terms of lives, Vietnam had no casualty, for instance. South Korea, only a few. I think we have to be really all more attentive and maybe take things a little bit more serious when this type of epidemics come up, because it was not unknown. There has been research done on these pandemics for years, and it was just a matter of time when it's going to happen. And we all got caught flat-footed. And of course, a country like the Philippines, we didn't have some of the basics for the PPEs. Of course, United States doesn't seem to be any better, but that's no excuse and that's no consolation. So I hope that in the next few months we get fully rid of this endemic, and that we can go back to what they call new normal, as if nobody can really describe yet completely. So in the meantime, I think I join Jürgen saying we have to keep to the rules which were pronounced by the government, and we have to help the informal sector, who is hurt very much, because the safety net from the government is not enough to really feed them and sustain them. There are a lot of tragedies out there in the informal sector. And I think that's something we have all to think about and helps the government establish better safety nets for everyone. With this, I thank you for letting me participate here, and it was great meeting you all on this talk show, and maybe we see each other again. Take care. Thank you.
Yeah, maraming salamat, Mr. Rayner. I think, as you mentioned, yes, the world is watching us, and because we have also already featured those countries here, Vietnam has 0 casualty, New Zealand has 1 casualty, and maybe as compared to us, we got 19,000 as of now casualty.
Yeah.
I think the government is doing its best in responding better to the pandemic, and we can only praise that we will hit the right move in the next few days to come. Maraming salamat, Mr. Rayner.
Thank
And
you.
of course, my good friend, Joyce, what's your final take?
Sir, as entrepreneurs, di ba sanay tayo sa mga challenges, no? So, yun, we just have to keep in mind that, yun, with your question muna, sir, pala. Yun, as entrepreneurs, we are, parang sanay tayo with the challenges. Pero yung sa question mo na how, ano yung hindi namin nagawa before, maybe that is to share our products online. Kasi we are only based with our mga stores, 'di ba? Pero yung online, we just did it nung lockdown. So yun yung mga hindi namin na-touch nung before. Anyways, I just want to share this year, 'di ba sabi nga niya, it's time for us to be parang it's a survival year. Hindi just for profit this year eh. So I believe as Filipinos and other siguro nationalities, matyaga tayo, we are patient, madiskarte tayo, masisipag tayo. Siguro we should find ways, parang SM lang, we must find ways on how we will survive this year. We must look for opportunities. We have to check our resources. If we can cook, we do it. If we can do layout, yung we do online, then we sell our services online. Kasi this year, we need to be frugal also. We have to distinguish from our needs and from our wants. Syempre, mas importante dun tayo sa needs, right? So, yun. So, as a franchisor, we are here lang po to, for those who want to go into business. As franchisors, we are just here. You can just message us anytime. If you have like budgets, we can customize, we can work it out for you, just for us to be able to help in our own little ways. And I just want to say na yun nga, for True Blends and Shops to Go, we are here to serve everyone, not just because of our purpose. We serve with the heart. Yun. So may the Lord continue to bless us, protect, and shield us all with this COVID-19. Thank you so much, sir.
Of course, Joyce, I've seen your journey from the time that you became president. Now I think you're really very responding exactly. And
thank you.
Joyce, and lastly, my good friend Willen, what's your final take?
Sir, yun doon sa question niyo po regarding sa hindi nga rin namin nagawa. Before kasi, di ba, totally dining lang po kami. So ngayon, nag-online na po kami. Hindi po namin nagawa before yan. Hindi po kami nagde-deliver before. Ngayon, meron na. So, sana masanay na kami na meron ito. Kasi magtutuloy-tuloy to for sure, for us. Naalala ko, I remember what my dad told me no, doon. Kasi before, hindi, kahit meron pong bagyo, nag-umpisa po dun sa merong war kasi during the Japanese war yata nandyan na sila. Tapos may bagyo, merong lindol, kahit na sarado, hindi po kami nagsasara. Kahit Holy Week, kahit Pasko, hindi po kami nagsasara. Parang ngayon ko na-realize yung importance na sinasabi ng tatay ko na pagkain tayo hindi tayo pwede mag-close. Kasi marami ang magsasuffer na baka mamaya hindi nakakakain. And I'm fortunate na may mga tauhan po ako na alam nila kung ano yung sentiments ko. Alam nila kung gaano ka-importante yung aming trabaho. Kaya may mga tauhan po ako, yung aking tinatawag ko po silang frontliners ng Masuki. Dahil malaki po yung naitulong nila sa amin na bukas kami. Siguro po for all of us, we should learn to educate ourselves to be safe and healthy always. Yun po. Tapos yun, Yun lang po.
I will always remember you, William, because you've been always open for business from the time of your grandfather until now. Before I ask Rosario for his final words, I'd like to announce our winner for our audience. And the answer of our box is, wait, I'll get my box. We have a box now, so guess the little box. The answer is Payong. Okay, so our retail box is umbrella. And can we know the winner of the umbrella? Eileen Jericho Conde. Okay, sir, you won 100 peso load and a gift pack from our sponsor. Maraming salamat and congratulations. Okay, Rosario, for the first time in being an anchor, you tumama ka sa hula mo. All right, so Rosario, for your final words, can you tell our audience?
Oh, yes. Well, just to answer your questions, and I echo what Joyce and Willen said, and Rainer and Casirini, your Casirini, is that really, there's a saying before, if it ain't broken, why fix it? Why did we have to wait for COVID to fix something for the future? Which I mean the digitization, e-commerce. Everybody was talking about e-commerce, go digital economy. And a lot of companies, even multinational companies, were hesitant to do it because it takes a lot of investment of money. So they said, ain't broken, why fix it? Now, it should have been done before so that then the business by digital economy would have been so smooth during the pandemic. Anyways, that's my take to that. But my message to all before we end, I pray for the world to heal. There's a lot of uncertainties happening around the world, here in America where I am, and every part of the country has their share of uncertainties. It's a perfect storm, more than a perfect storm happening. I pray for the world to heal, but anything for the world and economy to move forward and to recover what we all need. And as I said before, Rolly, sa ikauunlad ng bansa, disiplina ang kailangan. For my friends, in order for the country to develop and flourish, discipline is key. This is something we should get from the Swiss and for the world to replicate.
I will make some gossip to the Swiss people. What Rosario has just mentioned is a classic tagline that became popular during the early 70s, and that will reveal his age or her age. All right. Okay. Maraming salamat sa ating mga guests. Of course, we'd like to thank our guests from Jorg, Rainer, Willen, Joyce, and Jeff for making this episode very informative and engaging. My response to all of you is that let us come to as a response to the call of our society, be positive, and of course, be responsible business leaders, because together, I think we shall do it and we shall win as one. Okay, hanggang sa susunod na Miyerkules po, hanggang sa susunod na Linggo, next edition, alauna na umaga, this your retail mentor, Rolly Pagaspas, saying that our digital life has arrived yesterday. Let us bring our business lives to the next level. And Talkshop Asia and VH1 Radio will be with you in that journey. Our only take is that transform or be left behind. And together with my guest, let us all wave to the public and say, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Bye!
Ang programang magbibigay sa inyo ng mga unique branding sessions at maglalahad ng mga special customer experiences, brick and mortar man, personal or digital. Lahat para sa good retail shopping life that you deserve. This is Talk Shop Asia. Talk Shop Asia. Samahan ang retail and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas, global business leader Rosario Kahukong Bradbury, technopreneur and e-commerce mentor Charlie Diaz, at ang inyong millennial strategist and entrep educator Dorleen D. Talk Shop Asia, Wednesdays and Sundays, 3 p.m. Philippine time. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Tunog din Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, the future of radio. This is your all hits, all Pinoy internet radio station. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan